Hey guys, alright, so this one's going to be the video of the SANDBOX that I'm building for my son for his first birthday. So basically what we've got here is, and I've already cut the baseboards, but I bought, and keep in mind I probably got more than I needed. I just did not want to take 2 trips, and I can use whatever excess I have later. So, let me close this door for the glare. I got 10 2x4s, and cut 6 48-inch cuts and 6 45-inch cuts. So that's going to make our base. They're kind of going to interlock like a puzzle piece. And then I've got, let's see, 6 1x4s and 4 2x2s. So basically the way this thing's going to work is you're going to have your base. I've got a lot of hardware out here to get this thing the way that I want it. So I've got about 8 hinges, 4 handles, little bit of chain, so just several different things to make it the way I want it to. The doors, it's going to have doors that go on the top and they're going to open up, but when they open up, they're going to fold out into chairs. So I'll check back in with you guys here in just a bit. I'm going to go ahead and get this base put together. Basically, you're gonna have like 48, 45 with 1.5 inches left over on each side, and then go back with a 48 on top of it. Let me see, just like that, and then the sides are going to be vice versa, so they interlock into that. So I'll check back in with you here in just a bit, show you how this base gets put together, and then I'll go on to the next step with you. Alright guys, so we got the base built. As you can see, I staggered the 2x4s all the way around. So what you end up with, if what I was going for is a 4x4 SANDBOX. So if you go with cuts of 6 45-inch cuts and 6 48-inch cuts and stagger them like this, you'll come out at exactly 4 foot all the way around. So what I'm doing next is, this is going to be, this right here is going to be the seat. Now, the seat doesn't have to be that big because my son is, he's turning 1. So it doesn't have to be that big of a seat. But what I'm doing is I'm using 1x4s for this. Now, these 2 boards are going to be the seat. So what you want to do, these 1x4s aren't super strong. So he's only, right now he's like 23.5 pounds. I want this to last a while. If I didn't reinforce under the 1x4, I'd be fine. Like I said, he's only 23.5 pounds. But if he wants to be able to use this for a while, I do need to reinforce the seat. Now, once these 1x4s start to stack, once you put the hinges on and fold it back, it will be a lot stronger. But right now, what I want to do is I wanted to go ahead and mark about a 1/2 inch out and run a 2x4 all the way across on both sides. So all of these 1x4s are going to be about a 1/2 inch apart until we get towards the middle. Then we're going to have to make it work. So that's where we're at right now. I'm going to go ahead and screw down the seat, and then we'll go about a 1/2 inch apart. We're going to go ahead and place the hinges so that these can fold. I'm debating on maybe going 3, but I also want them to have plenty of room to play. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, when I put this thing on video, it shortens the screen. So that's probably a decent size seat, but I may go with 3 1x4s for the seat. I'm still trying to figure that out. I may play with it. I may take it apart one more time. May go with just 2 and see how that turns out. But we're going to be placing hinges right here and down there and on each side. And then what it's going to do is this part's going to fold back. But there's also going to be 2 more hinges on each side on the next set that fold this way. So you'll have it folding back like this, and then the other piece where the hinges are going to fold back like this. So you'll have a seat back. So just checking in with you guys right now. Sorry if I wasn't able to really visually explain that, but you'll see what I'm getting at whenever I get it finished up. So I'll check back with you guys in a few minutes. Once I get this top done, I'm going to go ahead and carry it out next to the house. I've got some black plastic sheet. I think. I'm pretty sure I do. I should still have some. And I'm going to go underneath it and put a few layers of that underneath to prevent grass and ants from getting through. So once I get it pulled out next to the house, I'm going to flip it over and put that on. So I'll check back in with you guys after I get these hinges placed and figure out if I'm going to go with 2 or 3 1x4s for the seat. But I'll check back with you in a minute. Alright, so I am going with the 2 1x4s for the seat. So every board is getting spaced out 1/2 inch from the next one. So I've got the hinges put on. This is gonna it's gonna be how it's gonna go. So what I did was I cut some 2x4s into about 6-inch pieces, and since these 1x4s are pretty thin, the screws from the hinges go through. So what I did was where the screws went through on this side, I placed the 2x4 directly over those, and that left me just enough room for my hinge on this side. So from here, where we're going to go is we're going to go with another 1x4. We're going to screw it on right here, so when this opens, you've got a seat back. Well, the seat back is going to want to fall back immediately if you don't reinforce it with something. So to cover the screws that are coming right here, we're going to place another 2x4 that's going to go to this hinge. Your handles are going to go onto that, so when you pull it back, that 2x4 is going to go back and land on the ground, or butt up to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and do these next few steps, and then I'll show you exactly how it works. Alright guys, there it is. So I've still got to put the black plastic sheet underneath it, and then fill it with sand. That's pretty much it. But let me show you what I did. I did put one of these latches on it, just kind of like a door latch. So I put the handles on 2x4s, tried to make those match up and meet on both sides. So how I got here was I went ahead and drilled these two. I placed all the 1x4s where they're supposed to go, and the final 1x4s, I went ahead and screwed those down just to give me an idea of how much space I'd have in between. I ended up with 1 inch in between. So I'm over about 1/2 inch on each side with the 2x4s. And so when I went, well, I'm gonna need to unlock it. When I went to do this, I did have to go underneath and mark these holes for the hinges, and then went ahead, screwed that one down, and then I went over and screwed down the 2x4. So at that point, I still had the top 1x4 screwed down. So I went underneath it and marked up top where to line it up. So I had it screwed down to this 1x4 and this 1x4, unscrewed right here, because if you don't do that, you won't be able to clear this edge for your seat back. But to line up your 2x4 where you want it, you do need to do that. So after you get that unscrewed, you should be able to pull it back, and then the 2x4 will catch on the base. So you've got your seat back, and you end up with this. So you've got your seats, your base, your handles and everything. So now this thing's pretty heavy. I mean, the whole thing is basically 2x4s and 1x4s. I didn't use the 2x2s. I thought that I might use them on the outer part, but this turned out really good, and I actually like it, and I'm not going to do anything with the 2x2s. So I did end up with some extra lumber. Really, you could get by with 8 2x4s and 6 1x4s. Like I said, I didn't want to take 2 trips myself, so I went ahead and got more than I needed. So I did get some screws. What you're going to need to go, when you're putting this base together, you're going to want to screw down from the top into the next one. So you're going to need at least 4-inch screws. I used 4-inch exterior screws. These right here. And then for the rest, for the 1x4s, I used 2-inch. And then I used 8 hinges. Let's see, that's actually the, here's the door hinges. And here's the handles. I actually had one of those door latches laying around. So yeah, that's pretty much it. 8 2x4s, 6 1x4s, 8 hinges, and 4 door latches, and then 2 boxes of screws, and that'll take care of it. You can use the latch if you want to, you don't have to. I did get 5 bags of 5 50-pound bags of sand. Wasn't sure how much I was going to need. That should be enough, I'm hoping. And then it's up to you on what you want to do underneath the base. If you want to use plastic sheet, if you want to get some thin paneling material or something like that, or even if you want to use plywood, it's up to you. But that's all I've got for today, guys. You've pretty much got the gist of it. I don't think you really need to see the sheet under it and then the sand in it, but that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe for more. The Bronco project's still coming along, so check it out also. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Okay guys, alright guys, so I went ahead and put the sand in, got it placed up by the house. So I'll go ahead and show you. 5 bags of sand was plenty enough. Wouldn't have hurt to add more, but this is plenty enough for my son. So there it is. Got a pretty good even coverage. Alright. Alrighty guys, thank you all for watching. Again, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.